All right. Next one in the studio range, and this is by far my favorite, the Hi x55s. I used this on stage with Majosi at on the record. They are super comfy, high isolating studio closed back headphones. They are very clean reference sort of headphones, and it almost feels like I'm sitting in front of speakers when I've got these on, to be honest. The low end's not as rounded as the X15 or the X65, which I'll get to, but it is a clean and clear sort of sound from the bass frequencies to the mid-range to the tops. Everything's there. Everything's, yeah. You can hear I mean, I was listening to some stuff. I could even hear some of the reverbs just kind of like in the space. And it's also weird because I put these against my other cans, my other headphones, which used to be the HDJ6s from Sennheiser, which are the reference cans in that range. And it just felt like there was so much space around my head. A lot of headphone technology has come a long way. If you just think of your Bluetooth headphones, these guys, what they used to sound like, this is what they sound like now. There's not as much force on your eardrums as there was, I don't know, 10 years ago. So, I mean, yeah, the HDJ6 is a discontinued model, but they still reference cans. And from that to this, it felt like a massive shift in what I'm used to. I'm used to this sort of like the sound waves really coming in and hitting my ears. And it's not the case with these. They're super comfortable. They kind of feel like I could listen to them for hours without getting fatigue. That's essentially what it feels like when you're listening to it. And there's just like space. Feels like things are just floating around in your head. Weird, but it's beautiful as well. Build-wise, these things are super rugged. Everything's metal, the whole bloody frame. That whole sort of connection in there, this joint, these cups, even this headband is full on Velcro detachable, so you can replace basically your whole headphone, which is really rad. Your cups, your headrest, your cable. This one comes with a really long one. I think it's like a 3 meter jack to jack, and then obviously your 1/4 inch jack guy that goes on the end of that, and your fluffy bag. And also every box has got this Velcro attached to it, so you can use that in studio, either cable manage. Ooh, I'm using stuff here. Either use it to cable manage your actual cable for your headphone, especially if you got the 3 meter one, or just general cables in your studio. If you produce on the road and you want something that sounds like monitors but can fit into your backpack, these are your guys. Super comfy from your lows to your highs. Like I could put up a graph of your EQs and all the rest of it, but really what comes down to is your ear and how you're used to understanding what your headphone is doing for you. These are definitely one of the cleanest headphones I've heard in a while. The space that you have in them also is just weird and amazing, and a little bit of a game changer for me. to the point where I've sold my HDJ6s, and these are definitely staying as my studio headphones. These are not going back. Sorry to the guys bringing this guy in, but these are mine now. Yes, they are. You know, I was wearing them before with hats, and I did something the other day where I put them on without a hat and just equalized my ears like that, just kind of squished them in. And I don't know if you're supposed to do it or not, but it like really seals it in. I can kind of hear my voice, and it's almost like wearing in-ears now, the amount of isolation in these cans. The other side of it is also, yeah, so little pro tip, if you have any of these headphones, don't wear headgear with it, and you'll get a greater seal. Yeah, that's the vibe for me. You're on the next one.
Thank you to Rocket for making this review a possibility. Cheers. Yo, testing 1 2. How's that? That actually looks quite good. And you look like a movie. Hey. All right. Here we go. Can you even see that? I don't think you can. But can you hear all of this? And then let me just test this. The form factor is tiny. All right. Rolling and cool. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a new show of Gear Talk with Nate. Today I'm introducing you to a new brand. It's called Austrian Audio. It is a very interesting story because essentially it came out of the sale of AKG back in 2017. I think it was Samsung or Sony. Samsung bought AKG and then relocated AKG out of Vienna, essentially leaving about, I think it was 130 people unemployed. Now, of these 130, 22 of the core engineering team decided to create their own sort of technical and audio baby, you know. And from that came Austrian Audio. So today I'm introducing you to the brand. It's not new, but it might be new to us. Definitely here in South Africa. I've been testing out the mics and the headphones over the past couple of weeks, and today there's a really cool promotion going on at the moment. if you get an OC16, which is this mic over here, you get a free or included pair of the Hi X15s. Now the Hi X15s is the entry point into the Hi X15s are the entry point into the studio headphones. It's by no means something that should be given for free, but it is a great promotion, because in buying a really great microphone, you get these included, super comfortable. Everybody I give this to says they really fit the ear well. Like, you know, some headphones don't really seal, or they either fit or they overlap or they sit on your ear. These just, for everyone I've given them to, they really just kind of seal up, close everything off. They're super comfy. They block out a lot of outside noise, which is great, especially if you want to sing, you know. But they're also highly compact. They take up almost no space. They come with a little detachable 1.5 meter cable. You get your little mini jack to quarter jack converter, and it comes in this beautiful velvet bag. I don't know if you can see that. Woo-wee. Let's see if I can. There we go. Hi. Nice. All right. So that's the headphones. From a listening perspective, it does block out a lot of noise. From a build perspective, it's very sturdy. It's got a solid metal chassis going in, except for these swivel points. But this is solid metal, and then these as well. I know you can replace the cables, and I think these cups as well. The top headband I'm uncertain about, but other than that, I've been really impressed with these. They've got a really nice overall EQ, super clear, super true. Super clear, I'm saying super so much. They've got a really nice EQ on them. The drivers deliver very clear tops, not harsh. The mids are clean. There's no mud in it. It is what a true representation should be of something's playing back music to you. And then the bass is not accented or accentuated. There's no like super sub or, you know, DJ bass boost, high frequency, low end, you know, add-ins on the driver. So the bass is true, which is nice. It does give you, it's not like super flat. I don't think it's super flat, but I do think that it is true. So for guys on the go or musicians on the move, it is a very nice little addition. This mic, I'll get to in a minute. Yeah, it is a very nice addition to your traveling arsenal of gear. Right, the microphone. What can I say about this mic? I love the shock mount that it comes in. It's really nice. You know, as great as shock mounts go, it is easy to use. Other than that, the OC16, it's got a little bit of a low-end roll-off if you need it. But, I mean, I've been doing vocals with it. I'm not, recording drum kits or anything in this room yet. At the same time, I'm throwing it up against my Blue microphone, which you'll hear in a little bit. But my experience with it has been that it does sound smoother. The mids are a little bit, I don't know, they feel cleaner. It feels like a sweeter tone comes out of it. I don't know how they sort of tweak these drivers, but this one specifically, this module that's in this microphone, is delicious. It's definitely I feel like I need to sell my Bluebird after like singing into the sky. It is definitely one of the nicer mics I've had, and it reminds me a little bit of an Amethyst mic, which we used to have in the old rooftop recording studio, which is a Latvian mic, which we always used to throw up against the AKG 414. And it reminds me of the Violet because it's a little bit rounded on the top end. So the top end's not super harsh, which is different, Like, it's nice to have a lot of top end. Some mics accentuate the top end a little bit much. This doesn't. It's quite nice. Cool. All right, let's get into a little vocal test. And then, all right, so in conclusion, if you want to upgrade your studio gear, this mic is a very nice way of doing it and getting a 2-for-1 bundle. Like, I'm not even using a pop filter with it. But the headphones and the mic as a combo is a very nice way of upgrading your gear twofold at the same time. So if you can, and if you're looking, test it out. It's definitely a vibe. I would say test it out, but I don't know if you can. I would definitely look at this. It is a very, very, very interesting newcomer into the mics and headphone world, especially in the studio side of things, and the stage side of things, but I'll get to that at another time. All right. If you need it, here's the promotions. No, not if you need it. If you're looking to find it, you can find it in the lists coming up now. Thank you to Rocket for making this review a possibility. Cheers.